What up? It's a misanthropic one, and I'm back up in here for another rant. I'm gonna try and make this another clean one because I don't want y'all coming back using the excuse that I curse too much. So I can't really promise you that this one's gonna be clean because I really feel passionate about this whole incident. Ben Fields, Shakara, Angel Haze, and Raven-Symoné. I'm sure y'all heard of this whole Ben Fields incident, the incident of this cop going and slamming this girl by the name of Shakara, slamming her in a classroom because she wouldn't get off her phone and she was told to leave or whatever. I figured I'd wait for the dust to settle on this, and if any of my subscribers notice, I usually put out some of these videos a few days later from the actual incident, because I noticed something. The media likes to play y'all, especially when it comes down to race relations, and especially with black folk. They like to play games, like they'll release maybe half or 3/4 of the story and leaving that little bit out that could change the whole climate. So what I do is I sit and I wait and I gather my bearings, and I do a little bit of research before I come out and say what I need to say. And such is true with this case. So a lot of y'all saw that video, so let me just say this. Let me get this off the bat, because I know you Negroes are gonna come here and say, oh, fuck you, you're a coon. Well, there I go, cursing. All right, y'all gonna say, you're a coon, this and that, blah, 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 blah. Okay, let me get this out the way. Officer Ben Fields, was he violent? Yes. Was he aggressive? Yes. That goes without saying. He was immediately terminated. And I just want to let you Negroes know that it wasn't because of their caring for black people that they fired him. It wasn't because of that. It was simply because that they don't want to deal with the social backlash. They don't want to deal with Al Sharpton coming down and strong-arming them and labeling these guys as racist. Listen, y'all got to see through this. A lot of people looking at this as, oh yeah, look, they care about, look, it's for a social and racial change. No, they don't. It wasn't because of that. This is the same scenario that happened with the Oklahoma fraternity when they were running around with that racist rant. They didn't kick them out of the school because they all of a sudden care about black people. Nah, that y'all got to see things for what it is. Should he have been fired for his record? Yes. This you couldn't deny. Should he be fired based on his record? Yes. Not to appease black people. That's to me, that's the stupidest thing that could ever happen. Well, we're because of the fear of Al Sharpton coming down and saying shit. Nah, I totally don't agree with that. As far as the whole situation, for those that don't know, this girl was in a classroom texting on her phone. She was told by the teacher, listen, put your phone away. Girl wasn't having it. She was told to leave. She wouldn't leave. Then this guy, the cop, showed up. Officer Ben Fields showed up and did what he did. When I was younger, our parents our parents, my parents, especially my dad, I remember he told me this when I was a little kid. He told me, listen, when you're in that school, that teacher, that guidance counselor, that principal, that vice principal, they represent me or us, your mother and father. They represent us, meaning they're taking responsibility for you. They're taking care of you academically, the shit that we can't teach you. That's what they're doing. So you have to treat them as such. So if they say no to something, it's no. I mean, you know, they represent us. They may not look like us. They may, no, they're not going to take you on vacation. They're not going to do all that stuff. But they represent us. When they say yes, it's yes. When they say no, it's no. When they say do it, it's do it. As long as they're not asking you to do anything crazy, that's just what it is. And, you know, this is a problem within the black community or lack thereof. I believe that a lot of these parents, or let me say this, when it comes down to the black community and a lot of the things you see today, I believe it's because of these kids are products of single mother households, and we could go into that all day. But what I'm trying to say is a lot of these children, male and female, react mostly off of emotion rather than thinking things through and simply avoiding a collision with authority. So, you know, I'm glad I had my father instill this in me because, you know, I was a little kid at the time and, you know, you want to have fun and this and that. It's understandable, but that stuck in my mind. So by the time I got to, I would say middle school and high school, even though I still fucked around, there was certain things that I knew I couldn't do. There was a barrier that I knew I couldn't cross when it came down to dealing with teachers or this and that. Most of all physically, you know, if it was getting to a point where it would be crazy, I would just leave. Like there was one situation I remember in high school where it wasn't between me and the teacher, it was between me and another student, but I just left the room because I didn't want to disrespect that teacher. I actually liked that teacher, by the way, but I didn't want it to get that far, so I left the room. But this is the type of knowledge that you need to instill in your children. You know, I know this and I'm not even a fucking parent. And then on top of that, I used to get my ass whooped. Like if I really messed up, if I did something and you know, I hated my parents for it. Well, for doing that. But then when you grow up, you start to realize, wow, like I see what they were doing, and it sharpens you. But now we live in such a PC safe world. These kids are quick to say, I'm gonna call 911 on you. I remember a situation when I was younger. My little cousin goes to my aunt, I'm gonna call 199 instead of 911. You know what my aunt said? Gave him the phone. Here, call him. And when I'm done with them, guess what's gonna happen to you? The same thing that just happened. Because my cousin was bad, he got a little spanking or whatever, so he threatened to call 911. Listen, that stuff, it sharpens you. I'm not saying to be a child abuser, but you know, it is what it is. What I'm trying to say is, y'all gotta teach your kids to have a little respect for authority, and this translates out into life. You could see it all the time in these viral videos that happen to be with blacks and the police. Because the overall sentiment with a lot of Negroes is, well, F the police. I don't want to deal with these dudes and blah, 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 blah. Which, you know, you have every right to believe that. But at the same time, if you don't really want to clash with a cop, here's my shit, here's my license, my registration, my insurance, here's everything. They ask you what you're doing. Yeah, I'm over here, blah, 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 blah. And I'm not saying that there aren't any dickhead cops out there. I'm not saying that, because there are videos of cops wilding out. But there's a lot where y'all will sit back and just for a simple routine stop, y'all will make it bigger than what it is. If you have your shit together, yeah, I'm going over here to handle my business and I'm out. That's it. So that translates, this whole attitude translates into life. And what else was said? That this girl was an orphan, which was a total lie, you know. And I'm reading these comments and people are saying, well, she's an orphan, she's an orphan. So, okay, so that means she gets to bend the rules? She gets to break the rules? No, you're in an institution, an educational institution, which means you're there to learn and that's it. You learn, you get the F out. Don't sit around texting in front of a teacher. That's disrespectful, number one. Number two, you already know you shouldn't be doing that. And who the hell are you texting during school hours? You're 16 years old. Who you texting? Yeah, girl, I'm in class. Yeah, girl, so am I. I mean, what is so important that you're texting during school hours that you can't just listen? And this is what I mean about common sense. If I had to text someone that bad, I would say, hey, Mr. Whatever, can I go to the bathroom real quick? And go text in the bathroom so you're not seen. At least you're in there, you have privacy. You know, but this is what I mean. No one thinks about this. No, I'm just gonna do whatever I want and text in the middle of class. Shouldn't be texting in the middle of class. That goes without saying. And people are using the excuse that she's an orphan, which is a total lie, because her own their own attorney came out and said, oh, I met with the mother and grandmother. They're both alive and well. So miss me with that whole orphan shit. You know, people are saying, oh, the guy has to be understanding. Well, what about her understanding the rules that she shouldn't be texting in class? It just is what it is. It's disrespectful, not only to the teacher, but to other students, because some of them are there actually studying, and you're basically saying, well, fuck you. You know, I'm just gonna do what I want. The teacher's sitting there talking, and you know, you don't give a shit. Oh my God. What else? Let me jump into the Angel Haze part of this video. Angel Haze, for those that don't know, is a female MC or a female rapper. Some of y'all might know her from a song she did with Sia, the famous singer. A song called Battle Cry. I actually like that song. So yeah, that is a decent song, but this isn't about that. She recently came out because Raven-Symoné, who is currently on The View, Raven-Symoné said basically the same thing that I'm saying. She goes, look, the officer was violent, the officer was excessive, yes, but you're in school, get off your phone. They told you to get off your phone. That's it. Now, Angel Haze came out and threatened Raven-Symoné with acts of physical violence. So, I mean, this just cracks me up, because Angel Haze is taking the stance of, well, you know, this is a racial attack. This guy went and beat up this little black girl, and this is wrong, and no one should be physically attacking this little black girl. But yet, she'll turn around and simply because Raven-Symoné had a difference of opinion, didn't totally disagree, but just said, hey, listen, yeah, the guy was wrong, but you should have got off your phone. So she was blaming both sides. Angel Haze threatens her with acts of violence. And no one's going to check this chick. No one's going to check Angel Haze on it. I just think it's so funny that you're against physical acts of violence towards this girl who was in the wrong. But simply because another black woman has a different opinion that don't match yours, you want to fight her, or you're saying that other people should beat her up or whatever. I know I saw the tweet that you're begging her to fight you. Oh my God. Look, you know what? It's actually kind of good. I'm kind of glad this whole thing did come out, even though it sort of is it is a whole fucked up scenario, but I'm glad it came out because this shows what's wrong with the black community, or lack thereof. It really does show what the hell is going on here, because you have this situation with Ben Fields that could have totally been wiped off the board had this girl just said, okay, I'll just put my phone away, whatever, I'll talk to her later. And you have people like these fake pseudo pro-black dudes, these white liberals, disingenuous white liberals, these white apologists saying, she's an orphan and blah, 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 blah. Then on the other hand, you have the same thing that I've talked about in other videos concerning, how black people will threaten you with acts of violence, even to the point of killing your ass. They'll ostracize you, call you a coon, a sellout, all this stuff. I mean, it all comes together. This is a gigantic example of what I'm talking about. And let me conclude with this. Do I feel bad for this girl, Shakara, or whatever her name is? No, I don't feel bad for her, because she put her own ass in this situation. She could have easily just turned the phone off, and that cop would have never been there had she just listened to the teacher the first time. That's it. That's how I feel. I know y'all gonna come curse me out. I don't give a fuck. And sorry I couldn't make it clean. I tried my damnedest. I mean, I think I did pretty good considering my other videos, but it is what it is, man. A lot of us within the black community, or the so-called black community, need to reassess how we raise our children, and we need to teach them to have a little bit of respect for authority. That's all I'm saying. Everybody else, y'all know the deal. Leave your love, leave your hate. Most of all, subscribe, and that's it. Peace, bitches.